In today's video, we will review the most powerful techniques ever used by the Hokage, selecting one signature skill for each of them, and ranking these techniques based on their overwhelming power and destructive potential. This ranking is compiled from the results of a private survey and the comments you have left. Since the Naruto manga has officially concluded, this video will cover the story in its entirety. Rank 7. Byakugo Sozo Saisei, Creation Rebirth, 5th Hokage, Tsunade. Tsunade, the 5th Hokage of Konoha, is one of the legendary three ninja alongside Jiraiya and Orochimaru, and she is also the granddaughter of the first Hokage, Senju Hashirama. Despite being the only female Hokage in history, she is renowned for her extraordinary physical strength, capable of knocking opponents away with a single punch or even a flick of her finger. Beyond her raw power, Tsunade was the most skilled medical ninja of her time, and her signature technique, Byakugo Sozo Saisei, Creation Rebirth, clearly demonstrates this. This technique allows Tsunade to accelerate her cellular regeneration, enabling her body to heal almost instantaneously from injuries. As a result, she can continue fighting even after taking critical blows, making her nearly invincible in battle. However, this power comes with limitations. It consumes an enormous amount of chakra, forcing Tsunade to combine it with the Byakugo seal, Byakugo no Jutsu, a technique that stores chakra over time for later use. Without prior preparation, she cannot activate this regenerative ability. Even so, Creation Rebirth carries a steep cost. The continuous regeneration accelerates her body's aging, meaning Tsunade sacrifices her lifespan in exchange for near immortality during combat. After each use, her chakra is almost completely depleted, and the illusionary techniques that maintain her youthful appearance vanish as well. Therefore, this is one of Tsunade's most powerful yet dangerous techniques. Rank 6. Hiraishin no Jutsu, Flying Thunder God Technique, 4th Hokage, Namikaze Minato. The 4th Hokage, Namikaze Minato, is the father of Uzumaki Naruto and is famously known as the Yellow Flash of Konoha. He was a rare genius, becoming Hokage at the age of 22. However, just 2 years later, at 24, Minato sacrificed himself to seal the Nine Tails and protect the village. Minato is renowned for his mastery of space-time ninjutsu, Jikukan Ninjutsu, which allows him to move so fast that no one can keep up. His nickname, Yellow Flash, stems from this technique. Among his abilities, the most powerful is the Hiraishin no Jutsu, an S-rank technique developed by Minato that allows him to instantly teleport to any location marked with a special seal. In other words, this is essentially a space displacement skill. Minato often imprinted his special marks onto unique kunai. By throwing them, he could instantly appear at their location. In combat, he could also mark an opponent and teleport right next to them to deliver a decisive strike. Although the technique was originally created by the second Hokage, Senju Tobirama, Minato is considered its most skilled and effective user. The details of Minato's ultimate technique have never been fully revealed, but it is widely believed to be the Rasen Senko Cho Rinbuko Sanshiki, or Rasengan Sky Super Limbed 3 style. This technique reportedly involves 6 kunai with seals, which Minato launches to create teleportation points, then immediately strikes the enemy with a powerful Rasengan. From its name, it is likely a perfect combination of the Flying Thunder God technique and Rasengan, both developed by Minato. Although this technique has never been shown in its complete form in the manga, the in-game visuals suggest that this hypothesis is likely accurate. Rank 5. Shiki Fujin, Dead Demon Consuming Seal, 3rd Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen. The 3rd Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, is regarded as a genius among geniuses, once earning the titles of the greatest professor and the strongest Hokage in history. He was the teacher of the 3 legendary Sannin, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, and Tsunade, and a disciple of the first 2 Hokage, Hashirama and Tobirama. Hiruzen possessed a rare ability. He could use all 5 basic chakra natures and had mastered nearly all the ninjutsu of Konoha. Thanks to his keen observation and analytical skills, he could learn and replicate almost any technique he saw. Additionally, Hiruzen could summon Enma, the Monkey King, and transform him into the Adamantine Staff, a weapon that is both powerful offensively and extremely effective defensively. In a life-or-death battle against his traitorous student, Orochimaru, Hiruzen employed Shiki Fujin, one of the most dangerous sealing jutsu. When activated, a grim-faced death god appears behind the user and extracts the enemy's soul from their body, consuming it. This technique was Hiruzen's last resort when cornered, and it represents his ultimate skill. However, the cost of Shiki Fujin is devastating. The user's own soul is also sealed by the death god. Consequently, Hiruzen used it only once in his lifetime. It is also worth noting that this technique was originally developed by the 4th Hokage, Namikaze Minato, who used it to seal the Nine Tails during a tragic night. In polls and discussions, many consider Hiruzen's exceptional abilities, particularly his mastery of all 5 chakra natures, to be as impressive as Shiki Fujin itself, a feat almost unmatched by other Hokage. Rank 4. Gojo Kibakufuda, 5 explosive tags, 2nd Hokage, Senju Tobirama. The 2nd Hokage, Senju Tobirama, was the younger brother of the 1st Hokage, Hashirama. He could utilize all 5 chakra natures and was regarded as a master of space-time jutsu. Unlike his gentle and composed older brother, Tobirama was cold, rational, and willing to make ruthless decisions if it meant protecting the village. Tobirama created many critical ninja techniques, including the Flying Thunder God technique, later perfected by Minato, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, an iconic move of Naruto, and notably Edo Tensei, a forbidden jutsu that resurrects the dead and allows them to be controlled like puppets. For this reason, he earned the nickname Cunning Tobirama. Among his combat techniques, Gojo Kibakufuda is considered his signature move. In the ninja world, explosive tags are commonly used for long-range attacks. Tobirama's version is special. Each explosive tag generates another tag just before detonation, creating a chain reaction of explosions that causes massive area damage. Due to the large range and destructive power, users risk being caught in the blast if not careful. Therefore, Tobirama often combines Gojo Kibakufuda with Edo Tensei, letting resurrected bodies execute the explosive tags in his stead, an extremely ruthless but highly effective tactic. Normally, Tobirama commands the resurrected bodies to trigger the chain reaction of explosions, sparing himself from direct harm. Through this method, he can sacrifice one or multiple bodies to eliminate large groups of enemies simultaneously. However, Edo Tensei carries a significant risk. If control is insufficient, the resurrected bodies may weaken. If too strict, they may resist the user. As a result, this technique is extremely dangerous and difficult to manage. While many consider Edo Tensei and Gojo Kibakufuda as cruel forbidden jutsu, some argue that Tobirama used them simply to balance out his brother Hashirama's excessive kindness. In other words, he had to become a cold-blooded demon to protect the ideals and existence of Konoha. Rank 3, Kamui, Spacetime, 6th Hokage, Hatake Kakashi, is a world-renowned prodigy known by the nickname Copy Ninja. He is famous for his mastery of the Sharingan, allowing him to replicate over 1,000 ninjutsu techniques from his opponents. From a young age, Kakashi was recognized as a genius in ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu alike. Among his powerful skills, Kakashi wields Raikiri, Lightning Cutter, his signature move. Along with numerous elemental abilities he has copied. However, the most outstanding is Kamui, a Mangekyo Sharingan ability regarded as one of the strongest powers in the entire series. Typically, Kamui is exclusive to the Uchiha clan, but Kakashi is able to use it thanks to the left Sharingan eye gifted by Obito. Kamui allows the user to transport objects or people into another dimension, a space inaccessible to anyone except the user. This ability enables Kakashi to evade attacks or move at extreme speeds, leaving his opponents unable to react. Specifically, Kakashi's left eye is specialized in long-range object transportation, while Obito's right eye is specialized in moving himself. The combination of both eyes provides perfect offensive and defensive capabilities. The most celebrated scene is the final battle against Kaguya, when Kakashi temporarily uses both Mangekyo Sharingan simultaneously. During this short period, the speed of spatial manipulation doubles, allowing him to dodge attacks, close distances, and counterattack almost instantaneously. This is considered the strongest version of Kamui in the series. However, when Kakashi becomes Hokage, he loses his Sharingan, rendering Kamui unusable. Nevertheless, Kamui remains a symbol of power and the pinnacle achievement of Kakashi's combat career. Rank 2, Rikudo Choodama Rasen Shuriken, 6 Paths Ultra Big Rasen Shuriken, 7th Hokage, Uzumaki Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, the main protagonist of the story, is the 7th Hokage and also the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. From a failure, ostracized by the village, Naruto's unwavering spirit enabled him to rise as the embodiment of the will of fire, a testament to the strength of perseverance and determination. Throughout his journey, Naruto employs countless ninjutsu, most notably the multi-shadow clone jutsu and Rasengan. However, his ultimate technique is the 6 Paths Ultra Big Rasen Shuriken, Rikudo Choodama Rasen Shuriken. This technique is used in the final battle against Sasuke, when both have attained the 6 Paths Sage Mode. Naruto merges with one of his own clones, creating 2 massive Rasen Shuriken, the right hand infused with positive energy, the Yin 6 Paths Ultra Big Rasen Shuriken, and the left hand infused with negative energy, the Yang 6 Paths Ultra Big Rasen Shuriken. He throws both simultaneously, generating a colossal clash of energy, tearing apart the valley and shaking the entire ninja world. This technique channels all available natural energy and possesses power comparable to the Arrow of Indra, Sasuke's ultimate attack when using 6 Paths power. Previously, Naruto used the Sage Rasen Shuriken against Kaguya, but the 6 Paths Ultra Big Rasen Shuriken represents his final, most powerful, and iconic ultimate move in the series. Rank 1, Sage Art, Wood Release, True Several Thousand Hands, Summit Buddha. This technique is used by Senju Hashirama, the first Hokage, founder of Konohagakure, and is known as the God of Wood, or the God of Ninja. Hashirama is one of the strongest characters in the entire series and the creator of Wood Release, a rare ninjutsu that only a select few ninja can wield. Although Hashirama had long passed away, he was once resurrected through Edo Tensei in an incomplete state. His past was revisited during the battle against Madara Uchiha, where Hashirama deployed his ultimate technique, Sage Art, Wood Release, True Several Thousand Hands, Summit Buddha. This jutsu harnesses an immense amount of natural energy, summoning a colossal Buddhist statue taller than mountains, the true several thousand hands, whose thousands of arms simultaneously strike in the summit Buddha form. In battle, the overwhelming power of this technique completely surpasses Madara's full Susanoo, controlling the Nine Tails, easily shattering its armor in an instant. It is regarded as one of the most destructive and grand-scale techniques in the entire series. Thanks to this ability, Hashirama continues to be voted by fans as the strongest Hokage in history, and Summit Buddha naturally secures the #1 spot in this ranking. This concludes the ranking of the ultimate techniques of all Hokage in Naruto. While this list focuses solely on the Hokage, if you have opinions on the strongest techniques of other characters in the series, feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.